Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy Meech, and I'm accompanied by my two co-hosts and a new one, starting to my left.
Hey, yo, what's going on, people? You know what it is. My name is Drew.
Yo, what up, y'all? It's Nizzy.
New edition, Isaac Rodriguez in the flesh.
Right, and here we're doing Black Bento episode 12.
For sure. Coming back, we've been gone for a minute.
Back when we better, though.
We like to apologize for that. You know, stuff happens, life, school, unemployment, bills, all that type of stuff, girl problems, you know what I mean? So just be patient with us, man. We're trying to give you guys contact consistently and all that. So, as you see, we got a new host. His name is Isaac, a.k.a. Rodriguez. We give him a chance to introduce himself.
So, love anime. Full Metal's my favorite. Favorite character, definitely Roy Mustang. We like watching random TV shows. That's my thing. And video games.
And playing basketball.
So we're going to welcome to the team. You guys can embrace him.
We had
part
to
of
add
the Bento crew now.
Had to add a little bit of diversity, you know what I'm saying, to reflect the new trend in America. You know all that.
There's so many Latinos, why not have one on your team?
You know all that.
Race to expand. Change is good.
It's race relations, bro.
Change is good.
Change is always good.
So for this inaugural episode of Isaac's first time here, we're gonna be talking about something unique and different this time. We're gonna be talking about anime character tropes.
Character tropes. So what
roles characters play.
Right. So what I mean by that is basically the archetypes that characters are based on in typical or every shonen anime.
Or the ones we've thought of. And if we're missing them, y'all could definitely let us know.
Definitely leave a comment. Shoot us a DM. Come at us on Twitter. Do whatever makes you feel comfortable and sleep at night. So we got a few of them. So we were talking about main character tropes. And we came up with 4. So we have the normal, innocent. We have the traumatized. We have knucklehead. And then we have the genius characters. So, just for clarification, like a few characters that will fall under each stereotype. Under the normal, we have Gon, and we have Midoriya, a.k.a. Deku.
Yeah.
For
classic.
Traumatized, we have Tanjiro, Eren, Edward Elric. We got Shinra from Fire Force. For Knuckleheads, we have Goku, Naruto. Yeah. For Andrew's sake, we have Luffy. And for the Black Cobra fans, we have Asta. And for the Genius, we have Senku. For O'Neill's sake, we have every character, the 3 main characters of Promised Neverland, Emma, Ray, Norman, and Lelouch. For the Code Geass fans out there.
Yes.
So basically what we're going to do is, we're going to tell you what we like about them, what we don't like about the character types, and our pet peeves when it comes to each and every one of them.
Nice.
So if you're a fan of the Black Bento Podcast, you know that me and O'Neill are polar opposite sides about Deku. 110%.
Yeah, pretty much.
So he's my favorite main character out of everyone I just named, outside of Eren Yeager. But when it comes to the normal innocent guy, I despise every last one of them besides Deku for some reason. I don't know why. I really can't tell you why.
That's not even a good argument. You don't even know why.
Well, I mean, like I said, I told you guys. I told you guys that I just started rewatching Hunter x Hunter, and then there was a few examples that I was just like, "Yo, this is gone, really?" Like, I'm on episode 5 again, but I'm just like in 5 episodes, I'm just like, "Yo, gone, like really, bro? Like this is kind of corny. It's kind of embarrassing." You know what I mean? But I get what they're trying to do, which is why I don't really knock them. But it's kind of unbearable for me right here and now. Like, the dude just can't be perfect in every aspect of life now.
When I first watched Hunter x Hunter, I had the same complaint. Everything Gon did just worked out for him.
Perfectly.
I was so mad. Like, the incense with the cave. They're in the Hunter exam, right? Mm-hmm. And the poison gas knocks him out. This man Gon goes in there, picks up 3 people, and carries them out by himself as like a fucking 12-year-old kid. And but mind you, Larario is a solid 250. Or
6'8", 250. Yeah,
Larario is a big dude. You feel me? And it just ignores all logic.
Bro, he's a brolic ass kid, yo.
No, but I mean,
It's
realistic.
just silly though.
I don't want to say realistically, because you're not trying to say realistically
We're
to
not,
anime and stuff like that.
Yeah, I was about
Yeah,
to
but
say.
it's just-
But I mean, like
It's not realism out the door,
but the
bro.
perfect character can't just be perfect through every trial and tribulation he comes into contact with.
Isn't that why you love
Perfect.
DC so much?
Who?
You.
DC, like the superheroes?
Yeah.
No, not necessarily at all. That's not why I like them at all.
Because isn't that what they do? They always
What's your
envision.
favorite? Your favorite Superman?
Yeah, go
'Cause he
ahead,
has
go
every
ahead.
My favorite is not Superman, by the way. So,
never mind.
just a little tangent we're going on right
never
now, but
mind.
we'll be back. We'll be back.
I
My
did it.
favorite is Green Lantern, and it's Hal Jordan. And it's based on willpower, which I do like to see willpower in anime, which is why I love Deku again. And I hate when people disrespect Deku. You know what I'm saying? Only him.
What do you fucking say his name right now?
Hold on, Deku.
That's not even his
Midoriya,
real name. That's crazy.
Izuku, whatever you want to call him.
There you go.
Just know when you see him, that's me.
All right, so let's break down what we feel about the classical innocent hero, and who are our favorites. My favorite's Gong in this category because all the Hunter x Hunter fans know, we see how dynamically Gong character develops from being this innocent, annoying ass kid I originally didn't like to becoming this dude who's able to switch and tap into a very serious person when the time comes down to it, but also not lose control. You know what I'm saying? This is unique to him in the idea that when main characters get angry, they lose control. Gong doesn't lose control at all. You know what I'm saying? He keeps it together. It's just extreme. He's an extremist.
Yeah, but very posed.
But yeah, exactly. Pinpoint accuracy.
I appreciate characters like that.
And I love how they grow his character out of that trope. Because they knew, I guess they wrote him like that on purpose. You know what I'm saying? Just to show you the street differences.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I appreciate characters like that. Because, like I said, I watched Hunter before. And when I was watching Gong's character, like when he makes up his mind, that shit is made up. Yeah. So he might be innocent or something, but he was like, yo, I'm really about to like fuck you up. I'm going to fuck you up. Yeah. Do whatever you got to do to prepare for me to fuck you up. But at the end of the day, you still going to get robbed. And I appreciate that. And that's something that's different from a lot of the normal innocent.
Yeah.
The normal innocent characters. Because the normal innocent people, even if you're not necessarily like that archetype, and you have those qualities, you might start to feel a little bit of sympathy or for the person you're fighting. Tanjiro, for example. You know what I'm saying?
Or
but
Deku also.
No, not Deku.
Nah.
No, not Deku. Not Deku.
Gon doesn't waver at all.
That's what I'm saying.
But like, Deku does a little bit.
Come on now.
What?
Come
Waver
on.
how?
Come on now.
Cause he like overthinks. He's like, like maybe I shouldn't.
Yo,
Gon's about it.
Nah, Gon. If you think about it, he kind of wavers. He doesn't waver to the extent that Deku does, but he wavers in certain situations. Like when.
Okay, I mean that's human. That's
That's what I'm saying.
fine.
That's what I'm saying. Like it's perfectly natural.
But first of all, like I'm just trying to figure out how does Deku waver. But I mean, y'all can marinate on that for a second and all stuff. I don't think Deku wavers. I mean, I think he identifies the enemy. I think he identifies the good guys. He fights for the good guys against the enemy, and he doesn't hold back on them.
Because Deku isn't necessarily he's optimistic, kind of.
Is he?
Kind of, because he's always like he's in his mindset. He's like yes.
Because even when he ran out to save Bakugo as a child, that was illogical. He
Yes.
die.
But he's
absolutely.
optimistic to the point where if I want to be a hero, I want to save the day. Like he almost hypnotizes himself into that mentality of I have to save the day. I'm the hero. I have to shoulder it, and I have to put a smile on my face to execute. Right. My thing is when he wavers is the points where he's like, what combats him like internally is like, all right, I'm a hero. I have to save the day. I have to wear a smile. Cool. But I'm also smart. I'm logical. I'm tactical. I know what does and what can and what won't work. So he's always like, damn, I'm in this mindset of I have to save the day, but I can't put this, that, or myself in danger while saving the day. Like I have to, something has to give or take.
What?
What? Okay.
What?
Yeah,
I don't know where you were going with that, bro.
Because
the only time that Deku wavers, he never wavers.
So like, all right, I'll say this. Like, so when the time when he had to save, what's his name, Bakugo, when they were about
from All for One.
Yes, when he was being snatched up in the air, some shit like that.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, I remember that.
He was thinking about all the levels of things that he has to do and how to go through and saving Bakugo.
Yeah.
At the same
There's
time,
a
knew
plan.
that he had a whole bunch of people behind him. He couldn't be like, oh.
Yeah, but he didn't change his mind.
He didn't change his mind.
and
He
he
was
wanted-
going to save Bakugo regardless. He was going
yes.
to do something. He just wanted the most effective means to do it.
But it was like wavering. It's like, damn, how do I do this? How do I do this? Can I even do it? Can I even?
But that's
do it?
not him wavering. That's just him thinking. That's the normal process of anybody coming up with a plan. If you're talking about Deku wavering, the only time I would say Deku was wavering is when people literally mentally abuse this guy, saying that he should be the one that should have got all for one. Or one for all, one for all. And he's just like, you know what, you're right. I shouldn't get it. This person should have had it over me. This person should have had it over me. Oh, he's the only time he wavers is when he doubts himself. That's the only time the dude ever wavers. And that's legit, normal, real life shit. Like, it's relatable to the people who watch. People doubt themselves sometimes, and that's why Deku's such a great character. But at the same time, when you have a character like him and Gong being innocent, it's the respects of them just being like they could do nothing wrong. Like they have no downside to them, other than them just like internalizing anything.
Yeah, the actual limitations.
Yeah, the actual limitations, but
like,
there's no
in terms
downside.
of the plot, like shit just works out.
Yeah, it should just work out for them. They're good-hearted kids.
Right.
People always speak highly of them and whatever.
Right.
And then if they get any criticism, it's that you're just too nice. You know what I'm saying? Like that describes their archetype.
So
All right, cool.
I'm going
If
with Gon. I'm going with this.
If we're saying that, then
favorite.
why are we saying that Deku never wavers? You just explained that he wavers.
Ooh.
No, internally to himself, but he doesn't waver outside. The way you describe it, he doesn't waver. Because when he has to do something, he's gonna do it regardless.
yeah, he's indecisive. Yeah.
Yeah, he doubts himself like normal people doubt themselves.
All right, never mind.
No,
All right, never mind.
But he'll do the mission regardless.
Yeah.
You know what I
I
mean?
thought my definition was wavering was doubting. Like I doubt my ability to do. Granted, I'm going to do it. I'm gonna try to do it, but it's like, can I do it? How do I do it?
No, that's insecure.
Okay,
Like,
all right.
But I'm saying,
separate.
but I'm saying that's even natural. That's even.
I
natural.
know it
That's
is,
the,
but I'm
that's,
just
that's
saying
that's the extra human.
not wavering is unnatural to me. So if you waver, it's like, yo, bro, that's like perfectly okay.
No. Like, I'm saying it's okay if you doubt yourself. That's why I think Deku's like an amazing main character. Because he's like legit the only main character that I've seen in a long time that actually doubts himself.
All right, so
like it's realistic to relate himself.
That's cool. So
You know
it's
what I'm
really just
saying?
a matter of just not.
That's true.
It's just different definitions.
there are many characters that they doubt.
There's not really many characters that doubt themselves, especially in shonen anime. Like they don't really like legit doubt themselves.
Nah, there aren't a lot.
There aren't a
I
lot.
honestly can't think of them.
Bro, just because they give you like 3 or 4 episodes of them actually like, yo, can I do it? Doesn't mean that they're really wavering. That's not. I'm talking about every single decision that this nigga Deku makes, he doubts himself.
He's very incisive.
Yeah, he's very articulate and he's very like down to his core. Like, yo, this move I might not be able to do it, or I can't do it.
He's a dope
Go-
strategist.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Gone is nothing like that.
Gon's like, fuck it, we
I
out
feel
here.
like-
Yeah,
Like,
and Gon is really like that.
off.
Which is this is what I'm saying. Why Deku's one of my actual
Yeah,
like, main characters.
okay.
And this is why I like Eren, because even in Attack on Titan, Eren is a character who's just like, yo, like I give up on life. Like
Deku-
I'm really not as good as I
I
thought.
feel like
Alright,
Deku's the most
Let's
mature.
round up the concept of a normal hero,
Innocent character,
the
normal innocent
archetype
character.
or trope, and what are the pros and cons? Which I think so far I feel like seeing them develop out of that is what I like. Like going developed out of it.
For sure.
I think there's I got a pro and a con. The pros, I think they're extra relatable.
Okay.
I think extra relatable because most people
Are normal
are normal people, right?
Yeah,
They're normal
decent
people.
guys, yeah.
And then the con is they could turn out to be less interesting than other characters. Because I feel like people see.
Sometimes they
'Cause
lack.
they're-
They're kind of bland.
Yeah, they're kind of bland.
They're
They're
also-
normal. Like, and when you watch stuff, you don't want to see normal people shit. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? You want to see, like, traumatic shit. You want to see shit that's exciting, flamboyant, all that
And it's
stuff.
arguably one of the most used. tropes.
Right.
What are you gonna say, Isaac?
I was gonna say the con is it becomes predictable.
Yeah.
So like you already know that
I
like
had that big
Yeah.
issue with Hunter x Hunter.
so you already know exactly
During-
it's like
Yeah.
shit he's gonna do exactly
Yeah,
this
yeah.
because he has to
in
do
Hunter x
this.
Hunter, the first arc with the Hunter exam,
Yeah.
you could just predict everything Gon's gonna do. It's like, oh, he's gonna run up and do this. He's gonna run back for
Yeah.
Aurelio. Like it was no trickery to it.
So then like you like him because he's relatable, but at the same time as you're watching the show, you're like, well, this is predictable because he's gonna do this. I know how this.
Especially
episode's
when
gonna
Killua went away, you knew he was gonna go.
Oh yeah, he's
back.
like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
You knew he was gonna go.
Yeah, but as the show progresses, he develops out of that. And you
Oh
say,
yeah. That's the best
That's
part.
what
When
gets
you're
done,
like,
yeah.
oh, he's gonna. Oh wait. Oh, he's
Pros
gonna, oh, he's getting
always the
real
cons.
right now?
Pros always the cons.
Yeah,
definitely.
facts.
definitely.
Are there any other characters in that category we had?
No, just going to Midori. I mean, we could fit other people, but I mean,
I can't think of none.
and stuff.
Nah,
But the normal innocent
not
characters,
worth talking about. Really.
Yeah.
ouch.
That was a good one.
I mean, but yeah, that's it. So the next category would be a traumatized character. So we have a few for that. We have Tanjiro, we have Eren, we have the Elric brothers, we have Shinra from Fire Force. So,
And we also have my boy Kaneki. Right?
Yeah?
Yeah, Kaneki. Fucking from Tokyo Ghoul.
Oh, yeah. Because he's a mix of trauma and like a
and
coward.
like a horror character or whatever.
He's definitely a
Remember,
mix.
didn't he get eaten by his girlfriend? Ain't that what happened?
He's spitting games to this girl the whole time. He's like, yo, I think she might be the one. And then the friend's clowning you like, yo, I don't know, man. Oh, she looking at you. So he's like, word? I'm about to get me. Like, oh. And then goes on a date and gets fucking eaten up. Not in
Not in a good way.
Not in a good way.
Yeah, I'm gonna eat you up. Oh yeah, you gonna
So
eat me.
like, when it comes to the traumatized characters, there's really two routes you could go with this, right?
Okay.
So when people face trauma, there's two things: you can either face your trauma, or you could just be shut down by your trauma. Like regardless, like you avoid it. Okay. And this is why like the main characters who go through traumatizing events are pretty dope. So we take Eren Yeager for example, my personal favorite main character out of every anime. For example, so if we're going into the Attack on Titan world, there's people who see their family members eaten by Titans, their comrades eaten by Titans, and then Eren's mentality is like, yo, I'm gonna kill every Titan I come into contact with. Mm-hmm. And there's other people who are just like, no, I'm just gonna join the military police and stay on the inside, so I don't gotta fight Titans anymore.
Some people lose hope.
You know what I'm saying? They lose hope or whatever. So when you see the traumatizing main characters, and you see that they actually try to face their trauma, that adds like something that's revenge. Like,
Avenger.
you know what I mean? That's how we like to view ourselves if we were to face trauma. Like if somebody killed our family, like we would like to go and revenge them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I think that's dope. It might not be realistic. Because everybody it's idealistic, but it's something that we in our minds we think we would want to be like. We would want to be like Eren Yeager.
But Eren is dope because despite everyone else around him being afraid of the Titans, being mere humans, and at the time Eren being a mere human, not knowing of his true potential, he said, "Fuck it, I'm gonna join the police. I'm gonna get this gear,
and I'm just gonna kill Titans.
And I'm gonna be the best." Obviously, he became a Titan, so shit changed. But it was dope to see him take a revengeful route, which is more realistic. Same thing with my boy Tanjiro now.
Yes.
Tanjiro came home to his family getting murked, and being different from Eren, not getting angry at the time. He was hurt. He said, "I'm just gonna go and I'm gonna be a demon slayer, and I'm gonna find Muzan, and I'm gonna save my anger for Muzan. Up until then, I'm gonna reserve it."
But was that really what his whole shit was about? Wasn't it just about?
I mean, yes.
Yeah.
He wants to save his sister.
He wants to save his sister, but he still has
obviously he's gonna be animosity towards Muzan.
But when he smelled,
he flipped.
But like I said, like Tanjiro,
he left his sister like there.
Yeah, he just dropped the box. He's like,
they're literally
fuck this.
Yeah, they're eating food.
Yeah.
And he like smells. Hold on. I smelled this before and just books it. Like doesn't pay for his meal. First off, that's a problem. Second of all, his sister's like they're like half asleep, just chilling on a bench. He's like, nah, fuck that. I'm about to go body somebody. I'll be back.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tanjiro's dope.
But Tanjiro, he's a dope character, and actually, like you could argue that he's also the normal innocent type character as well. At the same time,
Too much trauma.
There's trauma to.
It's a bit reach.
But I mean, listen. Like, listen to this point.
Tanjiro's a hardworking guy.
He's a hardworking guy.
Beginning.
He has a very humble beginning. Like his first experience with demons is very traumatic. His whole family gets killed and everything like that. But then everything after that, he doesn't. Everything after that, he sympathizes with demons nonetheless. So it's like, yo, are you really that mad at them for them killing, like slaughtering your whole family and stuff like that, or is he just directing his anger only at Muzan?
Real shit.
Who the person he thinks that he kills his demons? You know what I'm saying? And not all the demons that come after that, even though they're killing humans for hundreds, if not thousands of years.
Yeah, but he recognizes them as once being human.
Yeah,
which is innocent.
Which is why I'm saying he could be normal. That's the normal innocent quality. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So he's recognized as once being human. And then, like I said, maybe he's a little mixed. Maybe he has Nezuko's being as a demon who's actually like trying to keep her humanity in the back of his mind. Like maybe like these people just weren't able to do what Nezuko could do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And also, so that's all. He could be more, but he definitely definitely
But let's transition to my favorite pair, the Elric brothers.
Let's go.
Yeah, the Elric brothers.
So their trauma's different though. Because they did it to themselves.
They did do it to themselves.
They did it. Their mother passed, and they... Whoa, slow your roll, bro.
Go ahead.
Their mother passed by natural causes. This was no
That's still
phenomenon. Okay, but...
Yeah, it wasn't...
This is no phenomenon.
All right, go ahead.
People passed. She passed from a sickness they knew about. Whatever.
And they missed her.
Then they used alchemy to try and bring her back.
Bring her back, right.
Broke the laws of alchemy and lost limbs and
bodies.
Yep. In return.
Almost a soul.
Yep. And that fucked them up.
Right.
Totally. That fucked up Alphonse. And it just the whole dynamic of the story is about fixing their own mistake.
Right.
That they did to themselves. Instead of healing from their original trauma.
And not only did they face trauma at that moment in time, they faced additional traumas going through the story.
Yeah.
So
multiple times.
So just trauma
on multiple occasions. On multiple occasions.
Very dope. Setting for it.
It's a very dope anime. Like these, I would honestly, the Elric brothers are probably arguably the most mentally strong main characters in anime history. Yeah. Just based off of that, because they had to, based on everything that they went through, they had to. And I love how, despite what's going on, they maintain logic and intelligence. Like they're not just he's not a knucklehead at all. No, he's not.
Only when they call him short, but that's
they call him short, but
that's comedy.
He's very intelligent. He knows what he's doing. Yeah. And he saved his little brother. He was not playing. That whole brotherly love concept, if you actually have a brother, you could understand. Like, bro, I'm saving my fucking brother.
So I think that's why it's my favorite combo.
Huh?
So I think that's why it's my favorite combo. Yeah. So I have an older brother, so when I'm watching it and it's just the brothers going through shit, it's like, oh fuck. So it's just my older brother is definitely we got this, we gonna find it. We gonna figure this out. So the whole time watching it, that's I think the relatability and connection. I was just look at these brothers out here
holding it down.
And
when you're a little brother like myself, and you think
too.
about your big brother holding you down, it's like, damn, this is
we about okay, big bro, we about to fuck somebody up.
You feel invisible as fuck. You feel invisible as fuck.
That's so fire. That's the anime so fire for that concept of the character.
Yeah, so that's why it was always my favorite. I was always
and I think this is one of the first animes, one of the few animes with a shared trauma.
At the same time, right between two characters. Absolutely.
Yeah, this is a tween thing.
I mean, other than that, Demon Slayer had a shared trauma. Nezuko and Tanjiro. Siblings.
I forget their siblings.
Yeah, siblings.
Because she doesn't talk. So you kind of forget the whole sibling factor.
Yeah, other than that, I can't think of really a shared trauma. I mean, other than that, no, I can't.
Yeah, most characters hit themselves.
I mean, if you want to reach until
you could argue that Luffy and Ace are a shared trauma, but that's y'all.
No, go ahead, man.
I mean, you can speak on it. I mean, just because we don't watch One Piece doesn't mean the viewers don't.
So there's supposed to be 3 of them: Luffy, Ace, Sabo, for when they were growing up and how they were raised, and then Sabo ended up dying, and Luffy and Ace had to live through all 3 of their dreams, obviously without Sabo, and becoming pirates. But Sabo was just unfortunate. Well, for those of y'all watch, Sabo ended up living, but Luffy and Ace were able to hold it down for what they thought was.
But they thought he was dead.
Yeah, they were able to become pirates and very successful ones.
I don't even care about you spoiling it for me because there's 1,300 episodes.
Yeah, fact. So, I don't care about spoilers when it comes to One Piece, bro. You can do whatever you want, man.
Word, that's cool. I never, after talking about this, it makes me think differently about shows and how the characters share experiences.
Yeah.
I never thought of that before.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's usually the sibling when the siblings share experiences, that's what it's usually.
That's what's the most powerful.
Exactly, most powerful.
Yeah, if you think of a character like Sasuke, he experiences a trauma, but he chooses a different route, becoming an antagonist.
Right.
But he doesn't share with anybody because there's no one left.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So he doesn't feel like he could relate, despite Naruto trying to force the relation. You know what I'm saying?
Naruto tried to force that relationship.
Speaking of, I actually thought it was one of the deepest interactions I actually thought in Naruto was when Naruto, I think it was when Naruto and Sasuke were about to fight for the first time.
On the rooftop, right?
No, I don't think it was the rooftop. It wasn't even a fight. It was just them talking. It was like words. I think it was the final battle. I can't remember which one it was.
Was it when Naruto... All right, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Where it was. And then Naruto was basically trying to describe to Sasuke, yo, you're not alone because you have me or whatever. I know how it feels to lose somebody or whatever, shit like that. And then Sasuke's like, yo, how the fuck do you feel what I feel when you never had those people to begin with? You never knew your parents, never knew your family, but I actually knew my family. I lost everybody.
That hit.
Bro,
I was like, you was alone from the start.
from the start, bro. I was not alone from the start. Bro. I had.
Like
he said you.
So you don't know
never
the detachment that I had in my life,
it, and I lost it. That's what got me.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying?
What got me.
Dude, that was powerful, bro. That brought a tear in my eye, bro.
I was snapping. I was like, damn, Sasuke.
And you know what's cool?
Yeah,
That trade is cool because Sasuke doesn't talk much throughout the whole
doesn't.
show.
He
Like,
doesn't.
it's insane how little dialogue Sasuke has.
He legit only talks when interacting with Naruto most of the time.
Sasuke has like almost zero dialogue.
Right.
Yeah, usually he's like, yeah, I don't give a fuck.
Oh, he's just
Walks
chilling.
away.
Yeah, he's
It's
just chilling.
insane for a character to be a main character, make it this far in the fucking show
Without talking much.
without talking much.
Unless you talk to the actual main character. Like, it's
Yeah.
kind of crazy. It's kind of
Yeah,
crazy.
Sasuke doesn't talk. So I love that trade. I'm glad you brought that up.
Yeah, that was dope. So actually, yo, since we're speaking of Naruto, right? We're speaking of Naruto. There's at least to the other main character trope that that's very prominent in all the anime.
The knucklehead.
The
Knucklehead hero. The
The
brash
knucklehead
hero.
heroes.
The idiot hero.
I feel very conflicted with this one.
Why?
I hate annoying characters, but I love underdogs. Knucklehead heroes are most 10
Well,
out of 10.
Well, I
they're
mean,
always
technically,
underdogs.
every main character. I would say main.
I was gonna say, there's a
For the
whole
most
Vegeta
of,
and a
for the
whole
most of the
Goku.
time, they're always
Goku is not
underdogs.
an underdog at all.
Goku literally
Goku,
is
Well,
underdog.
I mean-
outside of Goku, most of the time they're always not.
I mean,
Vegeta's
at
not
first,
underdog either.
at first, I don't
Unless
know.
he's like Goku.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but at first, wasn't Goku technically an underdog when they were trying to like calculate power levels and shit like that?
Nah,
Okay. And then-
realistically, Goku throughout the whole series, he was really.
No, I'm not talking about Goku. I'm talking about the first villains that used to come up there. Like, not only call it villains.
okay.
They used to be like, oh, his power level's only like this much. I could definitely beat him, whatever. And then they're just like, yo, this nigga's way above his power level. How's he beating me and shit like that?
Nah, because
You know what I'm saying?
even when Vegeta and Nappa stumbled upon him, he was like, yo, this. That's when the over 9,000 shit it broke. So it was like, we knew this nigga wasn't an underdog. We knew
Before
Goku was
that, I'm talking about.
If you want to go
before
back to
all
like
of that.
Dragon Ball,
Because I remember, I'm not a Dragon Ball fan, but I definitely remember and watching death battles and stuff like that. Like I'm a big death battle
all right.
fan.
So if you want to,
So they were doing like power levels and shit like that.
They
and
weren't
were just
really.
like,
They weren't doing that in Dragon Ball.
Just because he's an underdog for like 3 episodes doesn't mean.
But I mean, it's something. It's something.
Generally,
they started
if you
doing.
want to give me, if I were to give you a general consensus throughout the whole show, I would say Goku was not really an underdog.
Yeah, real shit.
Goku really wasn't an underdog.
Yeah, Goku's just super cold. And
Yo, Goku's a cool ass character.
But
People hate him
but to
for
your
being-
offense,
for being a
It's
good guy.
because he's a dead.
to the
dad.
defense of that,
Super Saiyan being
to the defense of that, Goku legit doesn't stop training. So like this doesn't really.
None of the main characters stopped training.
No.
What's
It's
the
not
point?
true. Because Goku, even in off season, Goku just up there just
Yo, what's
what's
the
the
banging.
problem with that?
Because
Yeah,
I'm saying like
Yeah, bro. What?
sometimes underdogs hit that wall,
Ooh.
right?
Bro, the only underdog in this category is Naruto and Luffy. What
Tanjiro?
And we got Asta.
Tanjiro's
Tanjiro's not in the
not
knucklehead
underdog.
category.
What?
We.
How's Tanjiro an underdog?
He's not in the first episode.
Well, no.
Some real
To
dude
be
pulls
fair,
up
I
on
think
him.
every main character in the animes are underdogs.
This whole argument is
Ichiro's an underdog.
But what
Oh,
I'm
no,
saying is,
Ichigo's
in the
an underdog.
knuckle,
Ichiro plays baseball. And
I'm
he's
sorry, my
nice.
fault.
in the
He's
knuckle,
Yeah, no, my
in the
Ichiro's an
knucklehead
underdog.
category, all of them are underdogs. Like Goku, Naruto. We had Goku, Naruto, Luffy, and Asta.
Asta, yeah.
They're all
Asta,
underdogs.
Naruto,
Yeah.
Luffy, definitely.
Asta is a
Goku's
clone
kind
of
of hard.
Absolutely,
Goku's
Asta's
kind of
a
hard.
clone-
definitely
clone
calling
of
Naruto.
And I wouldn't give Goku the underdog title. No.
Goku's kind of hard.
He people on Earth never in their life doubted this man at all. When Saiyans pulled out
Alright.
and they
Yeah,
seen him,
yeah,
okay.
yeah. It's like Goku will save us.
All right,
Fuck
so
it.
he's just a knuckle. So he's just
Yeah, he's a knucklehead hero.
But at some point, at some point in time in Naruto, no one was really like, "Yo, Naruto can't save us." At the beginning, but when it hit like Shippuden time,
Of course.
yo, when Pain came in Rocket League Village, niggas voted for Naruto.
Yeah.
Naruto,
Yeah.
Naruto,
please.
Naruto. Like, come on now.
Yeah.
Alright, so back to the trope. Knucklehead trope, what we like, what we don't like.
Alright, so it's easy for me. I think what I like about the knucklehead trope is the underdog quality, the image of, okay, I'm starting off here and I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna get there. The bad about it to me is just the immaturity of it. Most part,
Naruto's very
immaturity
hard to watch for a long time.
and just
As
the
a character.
yeah.
And Asta is almost unbearable.
Yeah.
As a character.
It's just the it's the immaturity and stubbornness I can't really wrap my head to like appreciate. It's just very off-putting. I don't like how they repeat and regurgitate the same phrase.
And I think this
20
is
times.
the most common.
It's definitely the most common one, which actually kind of annoys me because essentially what I don't like about it is that there's legit two personalities when it comes to these type of characters.
Yeah, when
they're goofy, and then when they get serious, you know what I mean. When they get serious, they're like, "Oh, like you're trying to hurt my friends. You know, you're trying to talk down to me. I'm gonna be Hokage. I'm gonna be a Pokemon Master. I'm gonna be Wizard King, whatever along those lines."
Way to jab Ash.
Yeah, like, you know what I mean?
Right?
Like,
God damn.
Damn,
From an Ash fan,
Ash
right?
is not a knucklehead, boy.
he's not a knucklehead. I don't know what the fuck he is, to be honest. But
He's timeless.
he's not a Pokemon Master though.
He's timeless.
He's not a Pokemon.
Legend.
He's not a Pokemon Master though.
Trash.
Okay.
You're right,
And all
you're
that
right.
stuff.
So, I think this archetype's pretty basic. We don't got that.
Yeah, it's basic. Honestly, I don't really. It's my least favorite out of the arc.
Yeah.
That's deep.
I think it is too.
I think it's my least favorite out of all of them, bro.
Me too. It's just because they're so obnoxious and hard to watch.
Yeah.
So you have like
I like the
Asta,
development of them,
Naruto, and then like if you ever seen Soul Eater, like Black Star basically is Naruto, but just in a different show, and they're super in your face and super
All the
annoying.
time.
Especially like Naruto, like dubbed.
But
Like to begin.
What's-
Oh my
Believe
god.
what's cool?
But
All right,
no,
hold on.
But they usually
to
have
get deeper,
hands.
It's cool.
So-
What's cool to watch about them though is that they start off immature and annoying,
And then they grow.
like
They have to
immature,
both
and
grow.
they have to
They
grow
have to
up,
both
and they
grow.
have to develop, and they have to
Yes,
become
but
mature.
sometimes it just takes
So
so
let me ask
yeah.
y'all this. Let me ask y'all this. Why do you think that anime feel the need to include this trope? That this trope is in a lot of shows, even if it's not the main character.
I think the
A lot of kids are annoying.
I think no, it's not even that. I think the knucklehead trope is the best way to portray an underdog. I think
Or
it's the
idiot, or idiot.
or an idiot, because you know what I mean. 'Cause when you see the knuckleheads, they're like just like their last ranked in whatever class they're in. You know what I mean?
They're
They're
goofy,
stupid.
nobody
They don't
takes
take
them
anything
serious.
serious,
Yeah.
and exactly none of that seriousness.
Okay.
So it's just them like actually taking stuff serious and them actually achieving something that they're not
personally feel
expected
like
to achieve.
Of all the tropes here, this is the only one that I wouldn't miss. Like I genuinely don't need this in the show.
Yeah,
That's
I
just
really
me.
don't. I agree. No, I agree 110%.
Nah,
I don't.
this
feel
one
that
I
this-
wouldn't.
Because like Asta,
I don't need it in the show.
Black Clover
That's not it.
is okay show. I'm not a big fan, but like Asta could have been a different trope, and I would have liked.
Nah.
Of course, absolutely.
Nah, I could use this trope occasionally, at least a dab.
I
of
wouldn't
it.
miss it.
A dab of it. There's one I really couldn't miss, but we'll get to that.
Luffy,
we'll get to that.
obviously.
Well, no, that I mean, no.
I'm just kidding.
Luffy falls
But,
into
like,
that, but he's bearable. He's
If
tolerable.
we're taking something like if we're taking this away from anime to something like just more mainstream, like if we're talking like Marvel, like Marvel movies or whatever, like a knucklehead character, I would say would be like
Star-Lord.
Yeah,
Star-Lord.
Easy.
instantly.
Perfectly.
Easy.
That's a perfect example.
And him fumbling the ball to kill Thanos pissed me. Like I wanted.
Oh, I was furious.
I wanted to leave.
I was furious.
I was
Didn't even care about
I was
your
furious. And I was so mad that everybody that was on his side was alright with him just fucking everything up.
I wasn't at all. I wasn't.
Bro, you ever watch
I'm the only person that loves Star-Lord.
Bro, you ever watch fucking like Family Feud one time and then it's like the sudden death round and they're just like, yo, name the fruit that Johnny Appleseed liked the most. And then they're like orange. And then you're just like, bro, you couldn't walk back to my corner like that, bro. You're not walking back to my fucking corner like that. You know that shit was the apple. You fucked that up. You know you could definitely not
that's
walk.
the best example I could have fucking thought of.
You cannot walk back to this family like that, bro.
Yo,
You know what I'm saying?
He said lemon.
Nigga said anything other than apple, bro, you cannot come back to this side of the family, bro.
real
Ever. It's shit
Oh,
like
God,
that.
yeah.
And I feel like that shit always happens with the knucklehead character until they evolve out of that. And it's cool when they evolve out of that because it's like you grew with them. But at the same time, I feel like they're a little bit extra at some point in time. You know what I'm saying?
And okay, yeah. Them growing out of it is the biggest selling point.
That's the
Yeah.
best
And
thing for
then
me.
also the people around them being different from them.
Mm-hmm.
So like in Naruto's case, his son Boruto, total opposite.
Completely different.
Total opposite, and you love to see the stark contrast.
But he grew up better than Naruto, though.
I mean,
I think that plays a
I just
part of
think-
that.
I genuinely just love the growth and
I just think
maturity and
that
development.
trope makes other characters look better too.
Right, it does.
It adds to the rest of the show.
It does.
Because you hate him, like yo, bro, you're annoying. But
Yeah,
it
as
makes everyone
fuck.
else look better.
I just love the development of it. From point A to point B, it's beautiful to watch. Like you're annoying, and I'll tolerate. I guess I'll tolerate it now because the show's great. But then when they get out of it, when they get serious, all that shit that comes along and encompasses with it.
What'd you say?
That is true, because like in Black Clover, like Asta is so annoying that you love his brother way more.
Yeah.
So
You
you're
know?
like,
You
yo-
know?
Yeah, and you're like, yo, he's way better. Like he's this and that. But
It
it's,
forces
it's,
you to.
it's because Asta's so
But you know-
fucking awful.
But you know,
I really don't like
but
people
the
like
but
that.
the the
I
crazy
like
thing
it
is
way more than Asta.
in Black Clover, like Asta's annoying as fuck, but his ability it's kind of dope that you're kind of conflicted about how you feel about him. Like you want to like him, but his personality and his fucking voice, god damn it, his voice is so annoying that you're like, yo, I gotta like stay away from him. And he's the typical like cool,
Yuno's too basic to
chill guy. He's too basic. He's like Sasuke.
Yeah.
He's like fucking.
Yuno's too basic.
Fucking Annie from fucking Attack on Titan, just like the calm, cool, collected.
Yeah, I don't.
B-side nigga. They're just like, bro, I really have no interest in you.
You know
what I'm saying?
It's almost as if Yuno has like no depth.
To a fault.
Yeah, like they overdo Yuno.
Like Yuno could be a dope character if they flesh more like
if he had more life.
If he had more life into him. It's not even the fact that his personality. It's the fact that every single time you fucking see Yuno on Black Clover, he has a new fucking power. You don't know how he got it. They don't even know how he fucking got it.
That's personality too.
I was just watching Black Clover the other day, bro, and it was just like this dude has a familiar. For people who don't have familiar, it's like a spirit, like an elemental spirit they have. And all that shit. So Asa is fighting whatever. Then Yuno's just like, you know what? I just got this new move. I can fuse on my familiar and come up with this new form that could rock anybody.
No backstory.
And you're just like, what? How the fuck? We didn't even see this nigga train one time whatsoever. We didn't see this dude think about it. It's like
that's another story for another day. But I can't stand.
I agree. This for another day. But I'm just saying, like that's like the imbalance between. That's the main reason.
Sasuke?
From a Yuno. That's what's happening with Sasuke and Yuno. And that actually what makes you more conflicted about Asa. Because
Sasuke teleported with Kakashi back to the shooting exam. Nigga was like,
nah, and Sasuke and Naruto was like, stop the fight. And Sasuke was and Kakashi was like, shut up.
What, the band-aids on his arm?
Just what?
Band-aids on his arm?
New threads, yo.
Dope. Yo, so I mean, basically, that really sums up the Knucklehead characters.
Yeah.
And also, so then we have our last
main character trope. Yep. Main character tropes that are common
that we came with, and that's the genius.
Ooh, this
the genius
this
character
might
trope.
be one of my favorites, yo.
This is probably like one of my least favorites.
This is one of my favorites.
It's about
one of the characters in there, Lelouch. Boy,
one of my favorite characters.
Lelouch is such a cool character because it's like
what anime is Lelouch from?
Code Geass.
Sorry.
For those of y'all don't know, Code Geass.
The cool thing with Lelouch, despite even though he's a genius, he actively has to figure things out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, shit doesn't come easy.
Yeah, it doesn't. It doesn't come easy. But off camera, we were having a discussion how Dimitri doesn't like genius characters because shit comes easy for them under the geese of them being geniuses. We see that a lot in Dr. Stone. Oh, he picks up a stone. Oh, this is exactly what I needed for my plan. Oh,
I hate that shit.
Episodes.
It was a gun.
But Geass is not like that. Code Geass is not like that. Lelouch actually has to work very hard to get the output he wants. Granted, he has the power to Geass to help him.
The decisions he has to make are like hard ass decisions where he's literally thinking like,
he's like, damn, if
I use humanity.
I can't use it for another 24 hours. Right. So I got a time when I use it.
Right.
And then if I lie to this one, I'm gonna hide my face. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just so much thought and hard work that goes into his character.
He balances his morality into it. That's what makes it kind of difficult for him.
Yeah, and Lelouch is amazing. If you haven't watched Code Geass, I won't spoil it, but please go watch that show. It's awesome. Because Lelouch works very hard to get the outcome he wants.
Yeah, but my main beef with these genius main characters is that I think it provides the writers a cop-out when it comes to plot. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Because
it definitely does.
When you have genius characters, you can legit do anything. It's limitless.
Yeah, Dr. Stone.
Like it's fucking limitless. Dr. Stone is a perfect example. Like O'Neal said before, like it's too convenient all the time, and this nigga like just being a natural genius, like it's gonna bring back all of civilization after a whole Stone Age. Senku out of nowhere. Nigga can make cell phones. Nigga can make fucking walkie-talkies. Dude can make fucking generators. Antibiotics. Like, I'm not saying like he shouldn't be able to do any of that stuff, but like right when they need it, he's able to make it, and it's kind of like,
which is crazy.
That
at that point it's kind of abused. But that's my thing. If it's abused, I agree. If it's not, then.
But I mean, it's gonna be.
Like Code Geass is a perfect example of a balance.
No. All right. So I never watched Code Geass. I'm talking. I never watched it, so I can't really speak on it. But I'm just talking about from like Dr. Stone's Promised Neverland, whatever anime that I've seen recently that come out with a genius character. Like it's an easy cop out to progress the storyline, or whatever. You know what I mean? I'm not saying that necessarily makes it a bad anime. Mm-hmm. I'm just saying me being the nitpicker that I am.
It's kind of lazy.
It makes it kind of lazy and stuff like that. Especially when I watch animes and debatable anime like Avatar or fucking Air or Attack on Titan or Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood and stuff like that. Like I grew up when I prefer attention to detail and stuff like that. So when you have a character,
So
like
that's
a genius character, like you can skip over a lot of attention to
one
detail.
of the cons of the genius archetype is that they
absolutely.
skip a lot of logic and they skip a lot of background.
Right, and the characters aren't really relatable because like let's keep it 110%. Most people are geniuses. I'm not a genius, my nigga. And I don't know.
They aren't relatable.
Yeah, they're not relatable and shit
So
like that.
let's take the other characters we have in this category, the people from
I Promise Neverland.
Ray, Norman, and Emma.
Ray, Norman, and Emma. Right.
Those characters are cool. I love them. That's one of my favorite shows.
I think the most relatable one out of all of them is Emma.
Emma, for certainly.
Emma. I don't feel like I can relate to Norman at all. Honestly, I don't. I don't feel like I can relate to Norman at all.
My thing with Promise Neverland, I would agree with you that the genius guys for them is kind of lazy if the other children weren't smart. Like the whole pack of them are high intellect. Those three just happen to be even smarter. So what they do in the show, they prep you the very first part of the show. They're taking exams. Like their whole life is dedicated to this. So there's this build up to this high intellect. So these children running around and learning how to escape, because in the first season they escape, right? They're learning how to do these tasks that Norman and Emma thought of. Is okay because you know that they're all of high intellect, and this is not a reach for them to figure this shit out. So I like that it's balanced. It would be different if some of the kids were idiots, and then like Emma, Ray, and Norman were just these geniuses out of nowhere. But this
no, I see what you're saying. None of the kids in there are stupid.
Yeah, like they're
none of the kids
high
are stupid.
intellect.
But for example, like what's the kid? Phil. He's the one that stays back. He's the one that stays behind.
The real one.
Like,
Phil's a genius.
Like that nigga's 5 years old. My nigga, and then, like he's making rational, reasonable decisions, like critical decisions to the storyline. And honestly, at 5 years old, like, come on, bro, it's not kind of relatable, nonetheless. But then, like, I think my main beef is Norman. If I had any character to point out to like why I don't like him as a genius character, I think it would be Norman. Actually,
him being exceedingly smarter
than anybody. Like, even though Ray and Emma are geniuses, he's like the genius of the fucking genius, like the god genius. Like he's like fucking omnipresent, omnipotent, whatever the fuck you want to call that, whatever. And I actually have a beef with him that he's like able to discover what's really happening, and then also lay the foundation
for them to follow
to lead to their liberation.
Yeah, it's a lot.
It's just
it doesn't bother me that much, to be honest.
Because
but it's a good storyline. So I'm not pressed
hard. It's hard to find a balance in that though, because you set such.
It's not hard to find a balance.
Well, it's not hard to find a balance, period. But in that situation, it is because you're setting a storyline with kids being far. Okay,
well, don't get into it. I'm not saying it's a bad storyline because I enjoyed the story. This is just me being an analytical, like nitpicking type, person that's looking at anime and shit like that. The anime is very enjoyable.
Yeah.
Okay. It's definitely one of its best. It has the potential to be like top 10 I've ever watched in my life. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Real shit. No, real shit.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
Yeah. Honestly, with anime and all anime shows, the situation of all these main characters and all these people being so young always bothered me. So, for instance,
I agree.
Like Naruto, you bring a Promise Neverland where he's 5 and making all these critical decisions. Hunter x Hunter, all these shows, everybody's like deadass 10, and it's just like at 10, I got fucking hands, and I know I have all the intelligence. And I know exactly what I'm gonna do at 10. So not every anime.
That's shonen. There's a lot of shonen animes.
Yeah, so a lot of shonen animes, everybody starts off being a teenager, real one.
Which is what makes DBZ really cool, because Goku's an adult.
Yeah,
which is cool.
Yeah, I mean the last
more realistic. It's more realistic in that respect.
Adult,
so last anime I watched was Erased, and in the beginning he's just like, I'm 27, and I was like, whoa, that's whoa, nobody's ever that old in anime. So I was like, oh shit, I was like, this makes sense. He's 27.
So that's a trope in itself. The whole age, you being below the age of 16.
Yeah,
they're always nice.
Yeah.
So for instance, even you go DBZ fucking Gohan and Trunks, I mean that's different because they're just brought up to real ones. Yeah, that's different.
But okay, so who else is in the genius trope that we didn't talk about?
We have Senku.
Shikamaru.
Senku.
Dr. Stone, we all
Dr.
Stone. These are main characters, right?
Yeah, main characters. That's pretty much what we came up with.
What's the pro from this? I like this because I like the manipulative aspect and using characters like chess pieces. That's what Lelouch does.
Yeah.
And I love that. So that's a pro to it.
Essentially, I like the genius characters because I feel like not every single anime I want to watch, I want to relate to. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to get away from reality at some point in time. So these genius characters actually allow me that highway to get away from, you know, the relatability aspect. You know, like,
and I think it's a bit more rare than the others.
Right.
Which
it
is
is
why
more
I also
rare.
like it. Because another genius character is Kira from Death Note.
Right.
Although he's an antagonist in the show,
Debatable.
His high his high intellect even impresses the death god.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Impresses the death god who's seen thousands of humans. He's like, whoa, this guy's different. You know what I'm saying? And he's like using the Death Note maniacally to do all this crazy shit. So that was also interesting. So yeah, I think genius characters push the bounds of like tradition.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. So actually, I think we come to a compromise saying that genius characters, depending on how they're used.
Yeah,
But it's depending on how they're used.
Because Shikamaru's another one.
Because Shikamaru's a
He's
dope
used
genius
differently
character.
as a support character.
Exactly.
True. And there's never a time where I don't fuck with Shikamaru.
Facts.
Right.
Like
His
Shikamaru's
fight
a
scenes-
genius and like
Yo, when he was fighting Hidan, shit was dope.
His fight
Yes.
scenes are so fire.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
all thought.
It's all thought, and it does a good job of like going through each one of his thoughts of like the little
Yeah, the
shit he's
phases.
about to
Yeah.
do, and he's just like setting everything up so you don't feel like he just pulled shit out of his ass.
Exactly.
So that's just what's the part.
Yo, then that's really why I appreciate Shikamaru, and actually why I appreciate Naruto fights as a whole.
They're well written.
Pre-war.
Yeah.
There's a point where there's a threshold for tactic for me. Sometimes tactic could get a little bit boring. If you overthink the whole analysis of the fight, it gets kind of boring for me.
I
can't-
feel like
I
as
don't
long as for like anime wise, as long as the animation and the outcome is still like very good, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So if you have all this thought out stuff, but then when it's thought out in like slow mode, and then when it goes to the actual fight and people are throwing real fucking hands and it like works out, I'm completely fine.
That's one of my favorite parts of Hunter.
I'm completely fine with
when
it.
they planned the invasion in the ant arc. But okay, so I think we're set on the genius archetype. So those are the main character tropes we thought of, y'all. If y'all got different ideas, y'all can listen to the comments. If we missed any, this is all shonen, obviously. That's mainly what we watch.
Yeah. But before you go on, just in recollection, we have normal, innocent, we have traumatized, we have the knucklehead, and we have the genius.
Yeah.
Those are the four that we came up with. If there's any more, message us, comment, tweet us, whatever you can.
I think one common one, we kind of have it on the edge here, is the coward trope.
I don't think that's main character mostly.
There's one.
There's only one. There's only really one.
For coward?
Yeah, there's only really one. That's
Kaneki.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Kaneki's a coward.
That's about it.
So-
I can think of.
Oh, because Tokyo Ghoul is my shit. So even I don't care. It's just my shit. Like even the third season's not that great, but you're not telling me shit. Like it's my favorite, or one of my favorites. So Kaneki starts off as a super coward. Like he's the most bitch like made person that you could think of.
Okay, and I thought of another one. I'm gonna let you finish.
All right, so he's super soft throughout the whole thing. So then he gets captured basically, and some dude breaks him, like just tortures him and breaks him
Mentally.
mentally he's gone.
Yeah.
Never watched it?
He's not there.
Never watched Tokyo Ghoul?
It's been a long time since I watched Tokyo Ghoul.
So first two seasons are fire.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I think he has one of the most like the best character development that I can think of. So he's just super soft, and this like somebody breaks him, and then he turns into a fucking savage. So he goes from being like the softest character in the show. When you're watching it, you're frustrated because it's like,
I hated him.
Yeah, you hate him. You hate him. And then like last episode of like season 1, he's doing savage shit, and you're like, nah, he's not. But okay, all right. And he's the biggest savage in the show.
He has one of the biggest transitions.
Biggest transition.
Yeah.
I
It was
could-
almost
I could-
instant.
I could think
Actually, it
of.
was
Almost a second character.
Not too instant because they take a couple episodes to like really like grasp like his
I mean,
torture
and
and all that.
unraveled it. But like,
Super instant.
Yeah.
So like he ends up being the biggest savage.
Another one I thought of was in one of my favorite shows, Parasite. My boy
Yes.
Shinichi.
Yep.
So Parasite's cool because the name Parasite, obviously, these alien insects or germs invade the planet and start killing people and inhabiting their bodies. But this guy maintains his sanity while being inhabited.
Yeah.
And it changes his personality, obviously, because he has this thing living inside of him. So he goes from being that punk coward character to being the fucking thug that we
And
love.
he's numb. He's numb.
He's like emotionless.
Yeah, he doesn't care. He's just like, oh shit, like this
Another
person
stark
died?
change.
Crazy.
Yeah. But I think Kaneki's transition is the biggest like gap. Like,
Yeah,
he goes
biggest
from
gap.
Coward to like a monster.
That's why I love it.
So yeah, that's another one.
Yeah.
That coward trope. It's not common though.
It's not common. They're more used for supporting characters, supporting main characters. You know,
For most cases,
in the Oscars, they would be best supporting actor. You know what I'm saying?
I can't stand
like we got like Usopp or Zenitsu or something like that around
them. Or Armin.
For a little bit.
Armin for a little bit. Yeah,
it gets real, but
I couldn't stand the coward characters.
So what are some other tropes we had? So supporting role tropes.
We had Prodigy. The Prodigy.
Oh yeah, like Neji.
Like Neji, Sasuke, Levi, Mikasa, Yuno.
Characters
like these characters
are talked up to a level, and we don't need justification because of that.
Because they're talked up, right?
Like Neji, we don't need no justification. You
just know he's cold.
Fact.
But then they prove it. Naruto happens to
There we go. But
that's Naruto. Naruto happens to prove it.
Naruto doesn't happen to prove it all the time.
Yeah.
Neji was talked up and didn't, for me at least, to my standard, wasn't talked up to his ability.
Why was he not? He definitely was talked up to his ability.
He almost killed Hinata.
Yeah, but like,
bro, no, he was talked up to be this.
Yo, he was legit talked up to the scope of the Hyuga clan.
Yeah.
Like he's definitely the best member in the Hyuga.
All right, talked up to the scope of the Hyuga. Okay, yeah. I thought they talked him up to be like the best like taijutsu expert.
No. They did say that. They did that. He was the best taijutsu person in Naruto. He was the best. He was the best. And
then watching him fight was just like.
No. See, this is the trap you're falling into. This is the trap. This is the trap that you're falling into.
That was fire.
This is a trap that a lot of people fall into because when you watch the first Naruto and you're just like, yo, when it comes to taijutsu, the first people think it's Lee because he was able to enter the gates or whatever, and all that stuff. But when it came down to it, when it came to actual ability, when it came to taijutsu, nobody in the Leaf Village was legit better than Neji.
Yeah,
at that point in time.
But you gotta understand the difference in what a protege and what Lee is that.
But okay,
in Naruto, they were
Guy would have to kill himself.
In Naruto,
to beat Neji.
Guy would.
I'm talking about when it shows the max taijutsu ability. For Guy to actually wow you, it took him to kill himself. For you to actually be like, yo, Guy's the best taijutsu nigga in the village.
Oh, you're talking about when it got to that level.
Yes, when it got to that level. When it
showed to show you how nasty they were.
When it shows how nasty it was, because nobody was like, yo, Guy's the best taijutsu nigga in the village.
No, I was never convinced.
You weren't like, oh shit, Guy's nice until he almost died.
But Guy achieved it. Neji never got achieved for me.
He didn't have to because their version of
they just talked him up. But
his version of taijutsu is the most lethal in the show.
Yeah.
Because his version of taijutsu could rock you with taijutsu. It can fuck up ninjutsu. And genjutsu, it can fuck up all that.
Yeah, but the Naruto portrays the characters that are geniuses through their talent and not having to work that hard. Even though you're absolutely right. But that's what separates him from Lee and Guy. Lee and Guy worked for what they have. You know
right. But no, when Neji worked, but I'm saying he didn't work as much because there was emphasis on the ability that Lee doesn't have chakra at all.
No,
he couldn't use it.
Talent.
Yeah, he couldn't do ninjutsu. Yeah, natural talent. He couldn't do ninjutsu at all.
Mm-hmm.
But Neji, realistically, since he was a prodigy, he didn't have to put that much work in. He put work in, trust me. Because an actor, the rotation and the 64 pounds or whatever he did, that required a lot of training. But he didn't have to do push-ups 365, 366, 24/7 out of the year because he was gifted already.
So I will say this whole archetype of protege characters I enjoy. And I think it adds a certain rivalry amongst the characters.
Right.
Even Yuno and Asta. Yuno's a genius. Mm-hmm. He's this protege magician. Here's the 4-leaf clover. You know what I'm saying?
It pushes other characters to work hard to achieve that same feat.
And what's that phrase?
One of the best arc or like best tropes.
Why you say that? Because it pushes other characters.
It helps develop other characters.
But really, what's that phrase?
Dope characters.
Yeah. What's that phrase that people use? Like hard work
beats talent unless talent works hard.
See, it's a perfect example of that perfect 100%.
But see, Yuno is an example. You said earlier they talked him up, but then he just shows up with new powers.
Right, and just because they say he's a prodigy every left and right,
we have to accept it.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is why it's not as good as Naruto.
Exactly.
And that they actually execute for most instances.
Yeah,
because even in Naruto, you knew that Sasuke was a prodigy, but you see the work Sasuke was putting in. You know what I'm saying? So you had an appreciation of him being a prodigy.
Yeah.
Are there any other characters in that trope?
But this list is insane. So we have
Mikasa.
Levi, Sasuke, Mikasa, and Yuno.
You know.
I don't even want to get.
So that's what I'm saying.
Levi
Like,
is
this
crazy.
list, like,
Levi and Mikasa are one on one
Crazy.
with each other.
Levi and Mikasa are on the same level.
Or one on
A lot
one
of
because
people
they're
don't
both
know that.
acromans.
A
Because
lot
they're
of people
both
don't know
acromans.
that.
Yeah,
they're both
A lot of
acromans.
people don't
So
know
that's
that.
that. We're gonna leave it at that.
We're gonna leave it right there.
They're both acromans.
All the manga readers know what's going
Yeah,
on.
you know what's about them.
Levi is portrayed as this genius, but
Mm-hmm.
we don't know yet as to, you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
It's associated with something.
Right.
Boy,
But
And the same thing-
I like Levi a lot.
Mhm.
His character's cool.
It's hard not to.
he's portrayed as a prodigy.
But it's kind of simplified in the show in that he's just a killing machine.
Yeah.
But we get to see his depth later.
yeah,
And I think people appreciate his character more.
Right.
When you learn it.
Honestly, but like watching it, you're wanting the depth of
Yeah,
Levi
yeah,
because
yeah.
you're like, yo, this dude's the fucking man. Like, what is his background?
He's one of the few characters that got their own spin-off. Like manga. Like he has his own.
Oh,
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
he got that.
Then you get
mystique
his
to him.
box.
So like that's the most exciting thing when like Kenny pops up because Kenny is just like, oh shit, we got background on Levi. Like,
Yeah,
ooh, what's
yeah.
this? So like
Kenny-
when Kenny pops up
Kenny
and starts
was
saying
so-
shit,
Kenny was real. Shout out to our boy Ken Dog, Kenny eBay.
Aikman's boy Kenny.
Yeah,
Word.
but
So,
Kenny was real though.
Prodigy characters are dope. I think
Prodigy
I like what you
characters.
said. I think they're one of the best tropes.
they are. I didn't really realize it until now, but
Yeah,
then
they-
I looked at the list and I'm
The
like,
caliber of
God,
Yeah,
Yeah.
I fuck with all those characters.
Yeah.
like heavy.
Absolutely.
I mean,
Damn,
actually, shit.
they're literally cool. They're cool characters. Like you can't really deny their greatness.
Yeah, facts.
You know what I mean? So the next one we had was the supportive woman,
Okay, yeah.
supportive
Alright.
woman character.
All right, let's dive,
So
let's dive into that one.
So Shonen has this fault where it doesn't really, not often do they portray
Portray women
characters
as
in leading
actual-
roles or dominant roles,
Mhm.
not mainly like support. So you have Uraka,
You have Sakura. You have Nami.
yeah,
You have Winry.
yeah. Winry was cool,
Oh,
Winry was
Winry's
cool.
dope.
Boy.
You know what I mean?
but you know they tend to give them that tomboyish personality.
Mhm.
Like Winry, for instance, she's a mechanic.
Mhm.
She's freaking loud. You know what I mean? All
Yeah.
this time is like to appeal to the audience. I don't
Sakura
But then
has
they make them
strength or whatever.
feminine. They
Sakura
make
has
them,
like
they
really
make them
strength.
feminine. They find a balance. They find a balance.
No.
Yeah,
Not every
no,
show.
not
You don't think
necessarily.
so?
With
No.
Winry's
Why?
balanced, but
Winry's
not
balanced.
no.
It's-
No,
Winry's
I
pretty
feel like every
balanced.
show it's extremely
Why doesn't Sakura find that balance?
Because
Because
she
Sakura defies logic to do like chick
Sakura has the
So
anger
she-
factor. That's just so she's portrayed. This is why I don't like Sakura's character. Like she's supposed to be a supportive woman, right?
Okay.
Or whatever. But she's portrayed as an angry person
Mm-hmm.
for a lot of an overbearing period of time, and then they gave her
madly in love with
madly in love with a dude who really doesn't want her and actually tries to kill her at a
And-
point in
and
time,
her
and she's staying there.
and her identity becomes this.
Yeah.
she's
Right.
his lover.
So she
That's her identity.
She doesn't develop an identity until she starts training with Tsunade
Exactly.
and
Yeah.
actually gets stuff.
Yeah.
So for 125 episodes,
She's
she
no-
has
she's
no
no-
identity.
exactly.
Her identity
Winry is not like
Sasuke.
that. Winry's not like
Exactly.
that.
Winry has
No.
to jump like.
Was her own character.
Exactly.
This is what I do. I'm a mechanic. I can make an
Yeah.
arm for you.
They really did not.
And I'll yell at you and like.
If you fuck with this arm,
Yeah,
you know
like,
what I'm saying?
yeah.
I don't think
But
they
this-
really have started to appreciate Sakura
Until
Boruto, bro. No, until Boruto. Think about it. Think
Yeah,
about it.
I didn't appreciate Sakura until
Because
Boruto. I'm gonna
even
respect
even
I'll
during
check
there when she was fighting in the war or whatever and stuff like that, they just acknowledged her because she was able to punch a rock. You know what I mean? Like she
And
was
heal
able to
people.
lift a rock.
But okay.
But in Boruto, even though it wasn't canon, I don't know how much you guys been keeping up with the anime. Like it's not canon right now. It's just a whole bunch of fillers.
Mm-hmm.
There was an episode when this guy had I forgot. I think his name was Shin or whatever. He had a whole bunch of Shin, right?
Yeah.
Or whatever. And Sasuke, the only time he acknowledged like Sakura was like, "Yo, you're really underestimating my wife." This is legit. That's all he says, and that's like the most like attention that Sakura has ever got being independent, like by
As
herself
a character, yeah.
Which
as a
is sad.
character.
This is a fault to show them. Most
It
shonen
is.
do that.
It is, and Naruto could have did a better job than that because outside Tsunade was Tsunade and the Mizukage were the two most prominent characters of women who had like an actual status in the anime as Mizukage and Hokage.
And even Tsunade, her role was her brother.
Exactly.
Right? Like she missed him. She was hurt. She became a
Her
drunk.
boyfriend. Her boyfriend. Yeah.
She became a drunk. Da da da. You know
Right.
what I'm saying?
Like she was dependent on him for her success. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying?
Come on.
Like, come on now. Like, when you have plethora of characters going through traumatic experiences, you know what I mean, and they're all overcoming them. Like Sasuke saw that his whole clan get destroyed. He's wanting revenge. Naruto wants to prove that himself. And then Tsunade goes through a traumatic event, and she's a drunk, and she gambles everything away. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like you could have did the characters better.
And
you know
that's
what I'm saying?
common. That women character trope is very common.
So y'all
Right.
think that's a fault to shonen, or y'all think that's just?
I mean,
I think it's a
'Cause-
fault to shonen, but like we can get. I didn't realize until like now we can get into a whole other like conversation about like badass women. So we have a Kame Ga Kill with all the women in there.
all the women there were.
We have
fire.
Hawkeye from Full Metal. We
Yeah.
have Ghost in the Shell, like the main character.
My
there.
beef with all these characters is yes, they're badass characters, but they all rely on male components.
Ghost,
I-
Ghost in the Shell. She's
Besides
she's-
Ghost in the Shell, really.
No,
I
I
can say
could.
all of them.
Saber
I wouldn't
from
say all of them.
Fate,
I wouldn't say
kinda.
all of them. If
All right,
we're talking
I'm
a
sorry.
comic-
I'm not familiar with comments, so you guys can educate me on that. For the ones I do know, they're
Most of the
reliant
time, yeah,
on
yeah,
male
okay.
characters to develop their.
Olivier Armstrong from Full Metal, like she don't give a fuck about nobody. Like she
I
she
agree.
runs the Armstrong.
If we're
house.
talking about like Avatar: Last Airbender, Azula was dope. Was a fire. Azula was a fire. I love Azula.
Azula's
Yeah.
one of the best female
Azula's heat.
characters. there.
Katara's dope.
Yep.
Toph is dope.
Toph is amazing.
Toph is one of my favorite characters. Like
So
like,
that
crazy.
supportive role, I don't think Toph, Azula fall into that category, but I think this
But supportive, like, definitely Katara on top. I think
Yeah,
Toph falls under
Katara,
supportive.
Katara for sure.
Katara, I
This-
think Toph
This
falls
trope,
under
I think,
too.
might be the most popular women character trope.
Right.
And then Esdeath and all these other characters you just named are
Ooh,
uncommon.
I love Esdeath.
Yeah.
Certainly
Oh,
uncommon.
super uncommon.
I'm in love with Esdeath. Yeah, I'm in love with Esdeath.
Oh, 'cause
bro.
Esdeath
I love
will-
her.
I
I
would.
love her.
She's
So,
on a different
pros and
level.
cons. Con is too common, and they don't give women enough unique.
It's not
roles.
relevant to our time today.
Yeah. Well, facts.
Yeah, that's the best
So
thing.
you think?
And
So
pro-
would you call it outdated?
It, like, no, it's definitely outdated.
You could say it's outdated, but
I think-
Shonen's target audience really is.
But I'm saying, but like at the end of the day, like your shonen have to be able to adjust to the changing demographic. You know what I'm saying?
Like Demon Slayer, which is why Demon Slayer.
So
is
like
fire.
men, like teenage men aren't the only people that watch anime. You know what I'm saying? Like my sister watches anime. Like I have female cousins that watch anime and shit like
Okay.
that, and they don't relate to any of the characters because they
Oh,
view
dudes.
themselves view themselves as strong figures. You know what I'm saying? And they don't see themselves. It's the same thing we argue about like blacks and Hispanic people not being represented in Hollywood. You know what I'm saying? It's the same exact way, but for shonen, like they don't see themselves being represented fairly and accurately in shonen. So why would they watch it? You know what I'm saying?
Not only is it outdated, it's like cliche.
Exactly.
Oh,
Yeah,
you're
it's-
gonna have your damsel in distress.
No, that's
blah, blah, blah.
it's definitely
But-
cliche.
You're mad
Exactly.
in love.
So when you find these shows where it's like Esdeath, like
Gangsta.
gangsta, like nobody in the show can fuck with her. It's like, oh, this is different. Like we like this because
Yeah.
like
And even Nezuko.
it's not always gonna be like the super main brolic guy character as like the best dude, in the show. Like no way.
Yeah. So okay, this trope is common, overused. But pros, what's a pro we could say about this role of characters?
It shows the importance of having.
I think it adds.
It shows the importance. It adds emotion, and it
adds
shows the
emotion to
importance
show.
of having a woman character, of having women around there.
Yeah, it adds emotion to the show.
Definitely does.
Yeah, because if you look at like the main characters, they're usually trying to, not usually, but like there's many cases where they're trying harder to either impress her or like protect her or like all this
push
stuff.
bounce when Naruto released the 8-tail.
Oh yeah,
Mhm.
exactly.
Against Pain because Hinata got hurt.
Mhm.
Yep.
Like it, yeah. Okay, so that's
And
dope.
what they say, behind every strong man is an even stronger. What they say,
Woman.
a stronger woman. Exactly.
Big facts.
All right, so,
So it definitely adds to that.
what's the other two tropes we have?
The other one we had, well, it was only one, but we could break it down into two. It's just the elder.
The elder characters.
The elder
I love
characters.
elders, man.
Elder characters are cool.
I love elders.
Elder
characters.
Elders are dope.
Let's talk about our favorite or what consists of the elder characters. So we separated by gender because male elder characters typically fall into a type of trope, and then the women older characters typically fall into a trope. We start with the ladies. So like Tsunade is a prime example. 'Cause a lot of people forget that Tsunade's old as hell.
Yeah.
Yeah,
old as
I
fuck.
feel like when they do the women
Well, I mean,
older
she 50
characters,
something.
they like tend to be insecure about the age, so like make themselves have a younger appearance.
Biscuit from Hunter x Hunter.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're always like overly exertly trying to make themselves stronger.
Yeah, they normally have like high strength or like they're
Yeah.
masters of something.
Yeah,
Mhm.
so
And aggression. They tend to have.
yeah, they
like,
tend to be overly aggressive.
like for what? Like I don't see
Yeah.
why.
Why are they so angry? That's because I feel like just because they know that they're women, they have to keep proving themselves. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
the
Like,
insecurity.
all the
Which
time.
is also another old school outlook on.
Yeah.
Exactly. They got to keep proving themselves.
But
like
that is like
relatable.
all that
Yeah,
women have to work way
Yeah,
harder
yeah.
to get the
It's
recognition.
a relatable
of-
thing.
Yeah, no, it's like a fact.
Absolutely.
Women have to work way harder to get the recognition of like men doing
Exactly.
adequate shit.
When compared to the older men, they're like the strong people, the quiet, calm types, you know? Like, I'm only gonna fuck you up if I really, really have to. And I'm gonna give you multiple warnings before we get to that point.
Game while I'm at
I'll give you some game. Like, yo, you know you can't step to me, man. Like, just stop while you're ahead. And then you have the person that's like, no, I'm not gonna stop. I'm gonna fuck you up, old nigga. Like, and then all of a sudden, old man's like, you know what? I'm tired of this. And then I gotta get up. I gotta rip my shirt off. I got a 24 pack. And I gotta rock you.
Yo.
Boomy from Avatar is one of my favorite examples.
I just thought of my favorite also from Avatar, Uncle Iroh.
Uncle
Iroh is the coldest old dude that is chill throughout the whole show, like 4 seasons.
Facts.
He's
until he in jail doing one-arm push-up.
Yeah,
one-arm push-ups, one-arm pull-ups.
Like, when I get out, I'm gonna fuck you up. But the whole show, he's just like, Zuko, just drink tea, relax with the sun. Like,
telling them Chinese
it's
proverbs and shit.
And then out of nowhere, he's like, like I gotta throw hands now.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, he was...
Nobody in this fucking planet can hold me.
Bro, he was such a dope character that he was in the Legend of Korra, bro. Like, at the same age. Like, he was chilling in the spirit world in the Legend of Korra.
The fact that
that's
Iroh was waiting for the comet to break out of prison was so cool.
And just chilling.
Because the fact that we all didn't know why he was waiting for.
Yeah.
Like, we had no idea.
Because we all thought he was going crazy.
Yeah. That show was amazing. That show was amazing. Another old male character that my favorite is Netero. Netero from Hunter x Hunter. When he had his fight against the Ant King, boy, that's one of the best fights.
Bro, he got his legs...
In terms of, like, just extreme, like, seriousness. Like,
my man's got his legs snatched and just slapped the shit. like nothing ever... Like, he was fucking stepping.
And the favorite part about that scene, that whole fight, because that's Netero's biggest scene, right? And the time when he fights the Ant King, he told the Ant King, "You're gonna die here," and meant it. Like that was it. Like, he was like, "Yeah, I'll tell you the name when we done fighting, but you're gonna die here, no matter what."
Yeah, like kick my ass.
I'm letting you know you're going to die, and he really did.
Which was the best thing about him because there's so many arcs in Hunter, and they introduce him in like the first arc, and he's this super playful, and he bodies Killua and Gon on like one foot and one hand.
Yeah.
But they give you a hint of like how serious this is from the jump.
Oh yeah, no, they know he's nice, but like he's super playful, whatever. So then at the end, when he's like super serious, he's like, "Look, like you're gonna die here. This is real shit. Like it's way different." You're like, "Oh man," because you're always waiting for him. You're always waiting for him to like do his.
And even when the Ant King was like trying to give him solutions and shit to like, I realized this, and he's like, he's like, nah, bro,
the Ant King has to die.
Yeah, he was like,
today.
He was like,
right now.
He's like, no, I'm taking
it. Is fire, bro.
He's like,
my favorite part about the show is that like they're humans. Like the hunters are just humans, bro.
Yeah.
Like with Nen, obviously Nen strengthens them, but like they maintain this idea, like we have to protect humanity, and these ants threaten humanity, so we have to kill them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. It's like at your house if you got an infestation of fucking roaches, like you're not thinking of. Man, the roach looking at you like, yo, we could live together. You're like, nah, bro.
No, you gotta die.
You gotta kill you.
So I think the pros and cons of the elder character trope is that they normally offer knowledge in game.
It shows progress as to where the characters can end up one day.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know?
Con is what? Which is cons for them? I can't think of them.
There's really, I mean,
like elder characters.
There's really no development there with those.
I feel like there's a lot of cliches in them.
It's cliches because I mean they're like
the
quiet, whatever.
I say a con for me is that we don't get to see their life. Them being already old.
That's what I'm saying. Unless they offered a backstory, there's no development.
We saw
Netero's
life, somewhat of it.
Yeah,
we saw Netero's
life.
I was gonna say
Netero's life was dope.
Because it's just like, oh, this old dude's nice, but like you actually don't like
get much.
A lot of those, yeah, exactly. So those characters, you're like, yo, I wish I could watch more fight scenes with them, doing more stuff. But since they're old and chilling, like you get one.
A lot of
one or two moments of having them body people.
Yeah.
But other than that, you're like, yo, I wish he would, and it just doesn't.
That's dope. The thing that I find kind of a flaw in a lot of the old characters, probably not a lot, but some that I could think of, which would be like Elder from I don't know if this is a kind of off the top one, but like History's Mightiest Disciple, Kenichi, and same thing with Netero. It's like back in their day, these dudes were like gods. Like they were untouchable. They really never lost fights. So it's like they trained and they did their thing, but they never really had like a real struggle, you know what I mean? Like they were always nice throughout their whole life. So it was like yeah, we got to see their wisdom and their age, and like they trained to get where they are. But then after that, they never took a L. Like there was never anyone nice after that came and stepped to them. Like,
Nobody.
all right, so
Man, I think we did a great job talking about these tropes, yo.
Yeah, I think we
I had
did.
no idea how much depth like these tropes were like unique. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we were aiming for like half hour.
Wait a minute. We got an hour and going on 10 minutes.
I was looking at it. I remember looking at 28, and we were on like the first or second trope, and I was like, "Yo, we like this topic's just way too dope."
Yeah,
like,
this
we
topic's
just
way
gotta
too
let it
dope.
go.
That topic's fire.
Let it
I
rock.
like that. So yeah, that's all the tropes we have, folks.
If you have any more, let us know. YouTube,
And this
Twitter, Instagram,
yeah,
Discord.
There's plenty of tropes we missed.
Tropes you hate, tropes you love.
give us your reasons. Too.
Honestly,
Shit.
give me the
I'm
ones you
actually,
hate.
Yeah,
'cause,
give us-
I want to know
Give
the
me
ones
hate,
that people
and
don't
then
like.
I'll be devil's advocate.
Let us know
I'll
what
hit
we
you
missed,
back.
yo, because I could talk about this longer, to be honest.
Yeah.
We're gonna wrap up the episode here. We can go on
We'll
that.
see you next week.
Word.
Isaac is a new member of the cast. You can find his socials on our page.
God read against.
Hey.
And Bento out. Appreciate it.
Bento out.
Hey, let's wrap it up, boys.